and welcome to the Innovative Studio. Guys, this is our second lesson for the continuation of our C++ learning roadmap 30 lessons. One of the second lesson is today. So today we will learn the core concept of first C++ program using Visual Studio 2022. We will do the coding practice and we will learn the how to run and how to debug the C++ program using Visual Studio, and in the last we will repeat and revise the lesson summary which we learned today. Let's start with the Visual Studio coding, and let we switch to the Visual Studio 2022. Hello guys, you can see here we have a second lesson Visual Studio project here. You can see we have a project structure here, and you can add the new project using here selecting right click on the in the solution explorer, and you will select the add option from your pop-up menu, and you will select the new project. So after selecting that, you will find the template of that Windows console application using Visual Studio C++. So by selecting this next, you will name your project and you will create. So we have already added here, so we will continue with that. So guys, let me explain you the purpose of these header files. First is the main header file, that is the pch.header, that contains the basic library of C++. So next is IOStream. IOStream basically input output stream that contains the input output stream regarding in classes and libraries. So we have to learn here the basic things of the program. So let me explain you about the next statement. If you can see here, the using namespace std. Guys, let me explain you what is the namespace. Basically, namespace is a collection of libraries, classes of C++ or any other language you are using. That library contains the name collection of that class is called the namespace. So here's the std namespace, which is the standard library for the C++ using the Visual Studio. So we will using this collection, and basically defining purpose of defining of this std namespace is that we will not use as prefix on each statement std. If we will not define here std as a namespace, then we should have to use the std as a prefix with each statement. So let I explain the program structure. You can see here that the int is the return type of this main, and this is the entry point of any program, console program, which we are right here. And next to that you can see cout statement basically is used to print the output of whatever output, whatever text you want to show on the console. So next to that is endl statement. Endl means that you are going to end the line, and it will move the cursor to the next line. Then program exists using the return 0. Then it means that this main have the return type int, and we are returning the 0 as in the success, and will exit the program. So guys, here I will let you know that there are some short keys to run the program. So from your keyboard you will select the F5 keys, or you can use this option by using mouse. So I will select the F5 key, and run the program. You can see the output hello world, and it will be printed on the console. So guys, let me run it. See, this is your first programs. uh, we have printed the output using the cout statement. So hello world is the, you have successfully executed this and has printed on the console. So let's move to the next of our uh, second example of the program. So let I comment it and move to the next. Guys, we use the forward slash and static block to comment the statements in block means it is called. If you want to comment a single line, you will use the double forward slash for any adding the line of comments, or and if you want to add a block comments, then you will use the forward slash and static. It will create a block, and within that block the all statement will be considered as comments. So next line here is, we are going to learn about the how to print messages in C++ program using the Visual Studio. So you can see here the main. As I told earlier, this is the signature of the program. Main is default name in any console application of the C++. Main is the mandatory part of your class. So let's see here, cout, as you know, as I told earlier, that it is used to print any output. So welcome to C++, and endl is means that end of line. So first line will print this one, welcome to C++, and second line will print this line, that this is your first program. No, indeed it's the second your program. We can change it. So let's run it, this program as well, and you can see two lines has been printed as message, welcome to C++, and second one is, this is your second program in Visual Studio 2022. So guys, we have achieved the second coding practice as well. So first we have defined the program structure, anatomy of the programs, and then we have learned that how to print messages in C++ using Visual Studio console application. So let's move to the next one. So here is another example of our coding practice. In this example, we will learn that how to take user input. A user, how can user input can be given here. Basically in this we can say we are not taking right now the input basically, and we are defining the variable here. If you can see here, this is the again main, that is only the one main in the program class in the project. Otherwise if you define multiple mains, you will get the error from the compiler. So it should be a one main in any program, any project, any program. So you can see here we have defined two variable and initialize with their values. A have the 10 value and B have the 20 values. Here we are going to perform some arithmetic operations. You can see here the sum will be a plus b, and it is going to be printed output with the sum, and same as end of line. Then we will see the difference, then we will see the product of these two variables, and then we see the quotient of these two variables. So let's run this program and see the output. Yes, here is the sum of two variable. Here the difference of b minus a is minus 10, and a minus b is 10. You know the a was 10 and b value was 20, so it's minus 10, then product 20, 200, and then the quotient is that 20 divided by 2 is the 20 divided by 10 is 2. So that's the we have printed the user input here, and let's move to the next program of the code example. You can see here we have another example down here, and let we start with that. So guys, here is our next example number 3. Let me explain about this. Same as it is int signature, int return type, main is the method name, that is the default name. You can see here same variable defined, a equal b, a variable equal 10, it is int variable, b equal 20, and now in here we are printing value of a, value of b, and then sum of ab, difference of ab, and then product of AB, and then quotient of AB. So same way it will be printed as earlier, but additional will be printed as value of A and B. Let's see it. See guys, here the console, A contains the value 10, B contains the value 20, and sum of both is 30, and difference of both a minus b is minus 10, and product is 200, and the quotient is 2. So that's is the lesson number 2, and the coding practice we have done here. We have discussed the 3-4 examples of code. So hopefully this code will be available on soon with my GitHub repository as well. So guys, let's move on to our presentation, and let we discuss that what we have discussed today. So first we have understand the core concept of the first C++, second C++ program using the Visual Studio 2022. Then we did the practice, and another thing we did coding example we have discussed, we have practically implemented, and next to that one thing I might be forget, let we discuss again. You can mention here that if you want to put a breakpoints in and want to debug your source code, then you will place the breakpoints here using the F9 key. You can place the break points as I placed here, and even with the mouse you can place the breakpoints, and you can run your program by F5, and you can run the program by F10 and F11 key by step, and by F10 by overstep. So these are the keys which I have mentioned. F5 is used for running the program, F9 for adding the breakpoints to your source code, F11 you can execute, debug your program, and F10 you can debug with the overstep. And so that's the running the code with debugging, and you can trace out your program as well. So let we move here, and as I told that we will press control plus F5 to run without debugging. We will press F5 to run with debugging, allow breakpoints, and use the breakpoint by F9 key, and with mouse you can also place the breakpoints. So that's the running the program with debugging options with short keys. Next, the today's lesson summary guys, we have learned the structure, program structure of the Visual Studio 2022 C++ program. I have well explained to you Hopefully you will learn it and practice printing user inputs and arithmetic operations and understand the complication and execution flow of the program. So that's it from today's lesson. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and uh, give me your feedback as well. So bye for now, and bye bye for today.